For me, but I think it's for everyone, and I think it just took me years of trial and error. I think recovery is so overlooked as one of the important factors of just someone's overall program that it's ridiculous. And I used to just, okay, more, and I ignored the recovery, and I had a few years where it came back and bit me. So for me, recovery is just as important as the workout.
Once you, in any endurance sport, if you just overdo it, like while you think you still want to keep going hard all the time, your body's just going to shut off. And I've had episodes like that in my career. I've learned the hard way numerous times, but I avoid them pretty good now. I kind of know when my body's telling me to rest, and where I used to be a little bit more stubborn in the earlier days and just kind of didn't listen to that. Well, I have to now, and that's where I get the most out of my body still, even at my age now.
My name's Heather Hineker. I've had Ascent Adaptation Regeneration Center for about 7 years. We've been in this space in Newport Beach for about 6 years. I originally found one of the adaptation technologies for myself as a client. I had autoimmune disease, and it helped put it into remission. And then just because of the passion I felt for it, I opened up a business based on different technologies that force the body to adapt and regenerate.
So racing at Over the Hump fits into my training plan, like if I'm trying to get some like high-end threshold work, because it's pretty much just an hour all out. Courses tends to be a little more flat, a little more punchy, which is really good, but I tend to use that like either leading into the race or if I'm trying to build some leg speed and stuff like that. Falls on a Tuesday night, it's close in this epicenter of Orange County. You can get a great workout, and then like you say, you get to line up with national caliber guys like O'Mara, or whether it's Ty Schwartz, or whether it's a Ryan Fedora, or any of those guys. And so I think for some of the local people, it's a place to test yourself against some of the national caliber guys. For guys like us that come in there, it's a great Tuesday evening workout. You can get in, you get out. It's just a great, easy time to get out there and close, and they put on a great event.
We run on the principle of the body was designed to regenerate and self-heal, also adapt. So all of our technologies are more adaptive. They're basically tricking the body into having to adapt to all these different changes. Well, when that happens, the body basically goes back to homeostasis and is performing at optimal levels. So the body's the miracle. We're just using different technologies to trick it and make it perform at its best.
Yeah, I got to be a little bit more specific as I've gotten older. In the last 10 years, like, you definitely feel the recovery's not as quick, obviously. So, but the volume and intensity is still pretty up there. Like, people are always pretty amazed I can keep the volume up as high as I do, but it's just because I have such a base from doing it for so long that my body still enables me to do stuff that most people kind of shake their head at. So, so I'd say where I've had to be a little more specific is just a little bit more on the recovery side of it.
Our main focus, because that's what I started with, was the CVAC pod. CVAC stands for Cyclic Variations in Adaptive Conditioning, and when you're sitting inside the pod, you feel different changes of pressure, temperature, and density of air. The easiest way to explain it, if you take a water bottle in there with a lid on it, the entire time it's expanding and contracting. Well, that's happening to every cell in your body. So it tricks your body into thinking it needs to produce more red blood cells by taking you up to high altitudes. The highest is 22,500 feet, which is higher than base camp in Mount Everest. When your body's in that state, it's thinking, oh geez, I need more oxygen, because the higher you go, the less oxygen there is, so you're producing more red blood cells. The other aspect of CVAC is the pressure changes, working with the lymphatic system to just flush out any toxins, inflammation. Basically, it's getting rid of what the body doesn't need and boosting up what the body does need.
On the pod, like, we do sessions that are just for recovery, and that helps a lot too. So the thing's amazing. Guys that are climbing Mount Everest are in here doing that stuff, and like the highest we go is 22.5. That's pretty high. Like, it's amazing how, like, what the body goes through, like just the pressures and all that, and it forces your body just to really produce those red blood cells that we need to push oxygen to our muscles.
Oh, I've been using, it's been part of my routine off and on for 5-6 years. I use them actually in my preparation for my 2012 Nationals up in Sun Valley, Idaho.
The CVAC pod is amazing for raising your blood cell, like your hematocrit level. But Heather puts me on in a 7 or 8 week program. I can boost my hematocrit up about 5 points, which is about a 10% gain, and it's just night and day. It's just a game changer. You know, it would be like me living at 10,000 feet, but I can just come in here 2 or 3 times a week and do 9 or 10 sessions. I mean, I literally feel like I'm Superman, to be honest. Like, that's how much. I mean, 10% is big. You know, guys are looking for 1 or 2%, and you know, even at my age, when I'm just doing master stuff, like, I literally just feel like I just go to 20 different levels. Like, for me, you know, it's amazing.